Do you want to have a high-performing team? If you said yes, well, you have to create an engaging culture where providing and receiving feedback is part of the culture. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips that are going to help you just do that. These tips are taken from my book, Overcoming First Cyber Syndrome, Amazon's #1 bestseller. Having a team that performs is a challenge. It's more challenging to have a team that performs constantly. However, effective leaders, they could be able to do that by creating an engaging environment where team members, they cannot wait to come and work there. They give their best. They go all in. They don't want to even leave that environment. You too could be able to create such a high-performing team. Here are the 3 things you could do to create a pro-feedback culture. The first thing is that you have to get the buy-in from your team members. You should be able to show them that it's a win-win to them, to the team, and the greater organization. That may require you to do some research, read, and be proactive. In my book, I talked about how it's powerful to have a pro-feedback culture, how to create it. Also talked about the 3 types of feedback and how to be effective under each type. Of course, once you get their buy-in, you have to involve them from the beginning as you create the culture. You want to create ownership. You have to ask them some inputs as you create guidelines and ground rules. If they are part of creating the game's rules, believe me, they're going to play. They're going to engage. They want to make sure that the culture succeeds. The second thing you should do is create uniformity. You don't want them to wing it. You don't want them to do it in one way today and another day. It may backfire. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that first you demonstrate that. And also have some role plays. Watch them also as they give and receive feedback and give them feedback to make it better. One approach that's going to help you to achieve uniformity is to have a template. Everybody should use the same format. You can put the template on your intranet or share with your teams and let them have that. They can print it out. They can write down their feedback and go and give feedback to you and other team members. You can come up with your own template or reach out. In my online course, Overcoming First Cyber Syndrome, it is one of the free downloads. The third thing you should do is that lead by example. People watch what you're going to do after you told them that providing and receiving feedback is important. There is a powerful saying. Your actions are so loud, I cannot hear you. You have to go out and beg for feedback. You can simply ask your team members, hey, what are some of the things that I am saying or not saying, doing or not doing that are helping you to succeed in meeting your performance goals? What are also some of the things that I am saying or not saying, doing or not doing that are coming in the way, preventing you from achieving your performance goals? You want to know that, but make sure that once you get feedback, you have to practice. You have to implement the change they proposed. Of course, sometimes they may give you feedback that are not correct, or you can't implement it because it may be against your policies, or maybe they don't align with your culture and core values. In that case, don't be defensive. Don't say, no, I'm not doing these. Just say thank you. If they say something that you don't want to accept, you can simply say that nobody told me what you just told me, but it takes courage to come and tell me this feedback, and I want to say thank you. Let me think about it. And if I have any questions, I'm going to get back to you. Just take 1 hour or 1 day, think about it, and come back again. And maybe ask some follow-up questions. And finally, if you don't want to implement the feedback they gave you, well, you can tell them why you won't do it. Otherwise, what happens is that you take a feedback, you say thank you, and you don't do it, you lose authenticity. After a while, they don't want to come and give you feedback. They think, oh, she receives feedback, she's happy, she says thank you, but she doesn't do anything about it. And who's going to hurt? You and the team and the organization. You don't want that to happen. Therefore, make sure that if you get feedback, do it or come back and tell them why you're not doing it. In conclusion, if you want to have a desire to have a team that performs consistently, you should make sure that you create an engaging culture which incorporates feedback as part of the culture. Of course, we're talking about creating and sustaining such a culture, and it requires a lot of efforts. Make sure that you evaluate your progress. Maybe you need to make some tweaking, some change. Maybe you have to give them trainings, coachings, and mentorings so that you could be able to create the culture. Once the culture is created, even if you are not part of that team, the culture continues. And also don't forget, if new team members are added to the already existing team, you're going to have some challenges to maintain the culture. Therefore, make sure that you align the new team members with the feedback culture. I hope these tips are going to help you to come up with a pro-feedback culture and enjoy a consistently improving performance. If you want to take it to the next level, dive deep and learn more, check my book. Go to also the description part of this video. You get some links. I have a free webinar, some irresistible bonuses, and also free downloads. If you want to learn more about our programs and services, check out our website, www.successpws.com, and also shoot us an email at info@successpws.com. Thank you very much for watching.